Oh, and welcome to Bloter Gaming. Today we're taking a look at this interesting game, a very old game called Banished. If you've never heard of it, it's a pretty simple idea, which is you've got this community and you basically take care of them. And since it is a very classic game, it does have quite a lot of struggling alongside it. But anyways, let's just get started with this beautiful series of ours and try and get ourselves a decent town going. Maybe a village for starters would be perfect. Alright, so let me actually get a few things opened up. There we can see we need this thing right here. Alright, so this is going to at least tell us all the different people who are going to be working on different professions, as well as the basic idea. There we go. So that is what our community is named, Bromus. That sounds sad. Never mind. Alright, so alongside that, you can see that there are 18 citizens right now who all need some housing. So we've got 10 adults and 8 children. Let's have a quick look at this and get some housing done for these guys. So 1 and a 2. Come on. And a 2. Right there should be good. And a 3 and a 4. Right there should be good. Alright, so for now, I think that is decent, and as we progress along, I'll probably have to get more housing done, but for now, I think that's going to be good enough. Now, with that done, what I do have to do is get these converted into a few builders as well. So what happens is, when you got laborer, he or she is basically going to be bringing in supply for all the different things that are required for these houses. So we've got I don't know what exactly do the houses need. Alright, so if you click on it, it's a wooden house and it is going to need log, which has been provided for, stone, which has been provided for, and then is the build, which is the builder. So the builder is going to come around and get that thing built. And the laborer is basically going to get all these things placed, as you can see. So yeah, we are pretty much sorted, but the trouble is, if I have a look at this, you can see that the iron is actually starting to deplete because we don't have a lot of iron. We don't have a lot of logs as well, nor stone. So probably best would be to get these done, and once this is done, move into this section of the map. Not map, sorry, this region, so to say, and get, I forget what was it. Was it this? Remove resources, right. That's what I'm talking about. So we basically want to get a few resources removed, I think. And where should we start? I don't know, because the basic idea is you want to get a few logs because there is seasons changing in the game, and winter is going to approach as well. So when the winter does approach, we are going to need a lot of stored firewood, basically, because they need to be warm. You know, they definitely need to be kept warm, and that is something that can only be done once you've got I would, basically. So let's do that. How about if I move into some of this and have a look at this. Forest Lodge. Used to define an area to select cut down trees and plant new seedlings. So that's a good thing. Basically, we could have this thing set up in here, maybe. So what it's going to do is actually cut trees as well as plant them for us, which is a good thing. Now, alongside this, once this is set up and done, we can also get another what is that thing called? I think this is the one, woodcutter. So it basically chops the wood into firewood, which is what we are looking forward to getting. Alright, so it is going to take some time. Might as well get some simulation speed going on. Alright, so as you can see, all the houses are built and there are kids working as well. Do you see that? Wow. That guy definitely looks like a kid. Look at that, age 10. And this guy is definitely a kid, age 1. And we just saw that they were bringing in food or something. That is beautifully done. But anyways, another thing to kind of be careful of is the fact that we've got children in almost every house, perhaps. Yes, we do, apart from this one. So probably best if I were to get a few more houses built because, well, we need those children to reproduce. Also, we need houses for these 3 citizens who still cannot live. I mean, we do have space available over here. If they wanted, they definitely could squeeze their asses in right here, but I don't think it's going to work out for them. So how about I get that done once these guys Now let's just get these houses made. Alright, so let's have a look at this. The reserve for firewood is low. I knew it. Firewood always does deplete really quickly, but that's absolutely fine. We can take care of it once we've got the wood section taken care of. So there we go. Let's get as many houses as you possibly can initially, because later on I definitely don't want to be concerned about just building houses. And there goes another one of those interesting scenarios. So what happens is the simulation not only generates different weathers and different age groups, it also simulates the children growing up. Wow, the child is actually going through stone right there. Not entirely sure what was that about, but never mind that. Cool. So we've got now 11 adults and 7 children. So if you remember, initially we had about 8 children and 10 adults. So what has happened is one of those kids has basically grown old. Well, not old, but he's a young adult now, you know, and that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing for the community because adults can work more, whereas these kids, I don't think can. Look at that. The job is to be a child. How difficult is that? Seriously. But when you move on to click on an adult, look at that. The age is just 14, and you considered an adult in Bromus. And God, I hate the name of this thing. If you've got any suggestions, let me know. That is, if I've not changed it by the end of the episode. But never mind all that. So yeah, I mean, look at that. The age is 14, and he's a laborer already. Damn. Not an easy. Not an easy. Alright, never mind all of that. We are looking pretty good. We've got 2 builders set up. How about we get 3 of them? And get this done quickly now. I don't. So the way I think it works is it's basically first come first serve. So since I've placed this one here first, I believe this is what they're going to be building first. Look at that. The builder is actually there and getting that thing built. Once he's done with that, then he'll move on to. Oh wait, since we've got 3 builders, they've actually distributed themselves automatically. That's not a bad thing at all. So one of them is building over here, this house, and another 2 of them are probably working over there. Not bad at all. That's more efficient work. Beautiful. Alright, so, oh wow, we've also got animals over here. That's another good thing to know. Cool, so now with this thing built, a forest lodge, how about we start getting some people working in the forest area? Let's get about 2 of those right now. Should be pretty good. Alright, with that done, probably best to now move on and get that woodcutter thingy sorted. There we go. So the woodcutter thingy is basically going to work as long as there is wood available. As simple as that. So we definitely need to have quite a lot of this logs accumulated. And hopefully we should be all good. Fingers crossed. Alright, so as you can see right there, the firewood has depleted to 0. And that's the reason why this house is somehow able to burn something, but is still pretty cold. Right? You can see the symbol over there, and that basically means that these people are real cold, and that's all good. They're like real young as well. 13, 12, and 4. Wow. They're just a couple, basically, 13 years old and 12 years old, and they've already got a child who's 4 years old. What on earth is going on in this game? Never mind. Alright, let's not dwell upon the fact that everything's going down in the game, but it's all good. I mean, you gotta reproduce, as simple as that. Anyways, let's have ourselves a bit of fishing. I think should be good. Right, so let's have a decent spot. Where should it be? Aha, that works perfectly. So let's have a fishing dock right there, because we are going to need quite a lot of fishes and food, basically, in order to get stuff working for us. For now, I don't know if there's anything I could do, because I mean, I've spent all the logs that there were. All that's left is iron. Rest log and stone I have used. So I do want to be a bit careful about how many buildings I start placing down. But also keep in mind that we do need all these things, you know. We definitely do need all these things. So well, there's nothing much that can be done apart from just going through the struggle, this initial struggle. And we are going to be golden in another 10 minutes, hopefully. Alright, so it seems like these guys are actually taking it real slow. Best would probably be to increase the simulation speed right now because, as you can see, these guys are bringing in quite a lot of interesting stuff that is needed for this woodcutter lodge or whatever you want to call it. But till the time you don't get all those things, the builders can't do anything. And these guys are actually working real slow. They're taking their time, basically. Which is okay, hopefully. Just as long as nobody dies on us, it's absolutely fine. And that's the plus point right here. So as you can see, we've almost got 12 adults now. And we have 8 children already in the community, which is a real good thing. All I'm waiting for right now is to get this thing made. Once that is done, we can probably start getting a few farms in here, which is going to be absolutely essential. Also, the fish, actually. We do need to take care of the fish. The fish is something that they've not even considered yet. But once it is built, there's quite a lot of fish that we can collect, actually. Because, well, it's easy. It's much easier than the farms. Also, the fact that the farms actually end up, at times, not always, but at times, they do end up getting a bit of something. Something goes wrong in the farms and they get infested by something which ruins the entire town, which is not something I'm looking forward to in this episode or series, that's for sure. So we're going to be real careful. Of course, if you've got any suggestions, let me know down below, and I'm definitely going to be interested in checking those suggestions out. And maybe, if they're good enough, we definitely could add them onto the gameplay as well. And that goes from name of the citizen, I guess. Because I don't... Oh, okay. I cannot change the name of the citizen. Cool. So we cannot change the name of the citizen, but you can definitely suggest what name of the town or the village, probably. And you can probably suggest the actual gameplay if you've got any suggestions in terms of certain things you would want me to change. Cool, so that's an interesting thing. We've already got one house that is empty. So hopefully these kids, as they grow up a little bit, they can probably start reproducing and move into the new house that we've got, because we've got quite a lot of children, actually. Quite a lot of children. So apparently, mum, dad, and a kid, alright? Mum, dad, and 3 freaking kids, dude. Wow. Look at that. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Wow. But yet again, these guys are taking quite a long time, which is not good. Alright, so the community is actually doing real good. I know there's not a lot being done right now, but if you look at the stats of the population once again, you'll understand there's a lot going on in the bed at night, I think. So we've got 11 kids in the community, people. 11 kids. Great. My neighbor has to start banging on the floor right now itself as we try and record this. Oh, but that is amazing. They are almost, I mean, we've got almost as much adults as many kids in the community right now. That's some crazy horny stuff going on down there. And Bromis, we need to change that. First things first, the Bromis name itself, I think, is what is giving us this trouble. And also, they're taking a long time to get the woodcutter factory going. I mean, I'm not against it, because also, keep in mind, we do need that log. But we've got no food. We've got absolutely no log or firewood. And this is just turning into a roller coaster ride for these citizens, I tell you. Anyways, let's quickly get the forest woodcutter thingy sorted. And hopefully, we can start doing something for us. Till they do that, how about we get a few resources? Yeah, let's do that. All right. Let's get all these resources, please. Everybody now. I want everybody working on that. There we go. Let's just leave one builder and let's have almost 10, 11 people work on that, because we do need to get all this stuff done. And the only way it's going to be done is when you actually start collecting all these interesting things that we need to get this done. or else people are gonna die. Oh, how scary it must be. You've got almost about 25 odd citizens in the community, and there's absolutely no food. What must be going on in their parents' minds, you know? Oh, we've already lost 3 kids. Look at that, 4, 5. Ay, 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 ay. Back to square one, and there goes another one. Oh no, this is not good. All the children are no more. No, but thankfully, we're done with winter. The worst months are over, so that's a good thing. For the next winter, we are going to be ready. You can trust me on that. Or maybe not. Alright, we had quite a lot of things going on in the community, but apparently there's just 2 more people left. That's about it. No more. Absolutely no more. Not entirely sure what can I do with these 2 people right now. One more person left in the community. All we can do now is fish. Apparently, somehow, we seem to have experienced some childbirth problems over here. So as you can see, we only had 2 people, and they reproduced and got us 2 kids, but somehow the mum died. There's those 2 kids, and then there's the dad, who is the fisherman right here. But thankfully, we've got fishes, and they will not die on us now. That's a good thing. Hopefully. It has definitely turned out to be a roller coaster ride for all these people. How is that possible? How is it that you don't have enough food? I mean, there's only 3 people. 3 people need to eat how much? How much fish are you even collecting, dude? What are you doing? This is a bit weird, but alright, never mind all that. It seems like we are going to be able to survive this. Maybe? Now this is a bit bizarre. There's nobody in the house, and yet the house is very hungry. Weird. It's like one kid is there, the other kid is there, and there's somebody in the house who's hungry. Of course, the father is here. He's fishing. Now, all 3 of them are there, yet the house is empty. And the house is hungry. I think what we've got over here is the Monster House community. Sincerely, I think that is what we've got going on over here. I'm not entirely sure if this is the sort of gameplay I expected or planned to go on with, but there isn't much I can do about this now. We've already lost one of the... And if we go on... That's another one of those things that is an aggravator for the community. Because the community is going to start dying on us, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to survive this, and this is just not going right, and I think this is the end of us. Nah!